Yeah. I don't know either, yeah. Didn't expect anyone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to call our Common Council to order. I will ask our clerk to call the roll to determine a quorum.
Alderman Barzak. Here. Plesky.
Here.
Haas.
Here.
Lysick.
Here.
May.
Here.
Reinke.
Here.
Rote. Here. Stefanski.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
And Weigel.
Here.
That's 10 present.
Quorum is present. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led this evening by Alderman Gary Barzak.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excuse me. We will move on to item D in our agendas. We have one item for public hearing. I'll ask the clerk to read that.
Resolution to approve amending the fiscal year 2019 Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan.
Mr. Schloss.
Mr. Mayor, members of the Common Council, tonight we are fulfilling a statutory requirement of the Community Development Block Grant Program in which we'd like to create two new activities following one of the programs that we did fund closed, and that was West Central Interfaith, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. The amendment to the fiscal year 2019 CDBG program is part of our citizen participation plan to have a public hearing, and the two activities that would be created are a $30,000 homeless outreach program and a $29,500 ERAS Senior Network Neighborhood Outreach Program. The amendment for the homeless program is a home first type of initiative to help homeless people in our community get connected to services and agencies that can help them. There are some agencies that are starting to operate in our city that you might have seen recent headlines about Tent City and other initiatives where people are providing food and meals. We'd like to get individuals connected with agencies that can help them get shelter, work towards employment and things like that. And that is the Housing First Homeless Outreach Program. The second one is related to West Central Interfaith, which closed in the winter of 2019 after we adopted our CDBG program. And this program would be in partnership with Milwaukee County in the sense that ERAS is partnering with Milwaukee County to provide senior outreach. And it's very similar to what we had with West Central Interfaith. ERAS would step in and provide the same service for our seniors. And that outreach includes coordination of rides, volunteers to help people stay in their homes, such as doing yard work, connection to doctors or resources for appointments, a general outreach for seniors or elderly members of our community. And that is the conclusion of our public hearing. I'd gladly answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Schloss, for the presentation. Are there any questions from the members of the Common Council on this item? Seeing no questions, are there any questions on this item from the members of the audience? Okay, seeing none, we will close public hearing number 1. And we will move on to item E on our agenda, which is citizen participation. This is where we can listen to members of the public that can address myself and the Common Council on matters of interest to them. We ask that you keep your comments to about 5 minutes, and we allot 30 minutes of our agenda for this portion tonight. Does anybody wish to address the council under citizen participation this evening? Okay, seeing none, we will close citizen participation. We will move to item F on our agendas, which is the recess meetings of our standing committees. Those room numbers are listed on page 1 of your agendas this evening. Moving on to item G, the mayor's report. Just a few things I wanted to touch base on. We have had a plethora of new businesses opening in the past few weeks. Last week we had a ribbon cutting down right next to Aggie's Bakery. Sway Tea opened up, so for all of those tea drinkers that have been tired of the coffee house scene, we now have a place that is a tea house, and they make their own herbal teas and medicinal teas. Later last week, where the old wedding center building was in our downtown, we had Walter Holtz Antiques open up. He is a high-end antique dealer and I walked in there and saw a really nice looking table that said, "Hey, this looks cool." And I looked at the price tag, and it was almost $13,000. So, but apparently he has one of literally the best, top 10 inventories of antiques in the country, and has had some very high-profile customers, and has a really just a beautiful store if you just want to walk in and window shop, which I plan on doing. That is there. And then about an hour and a half ago, Alderman Haas and Alderperson Ranky and I were out at 102nd and National by Piggly Wiggly welcoming a new branch of Waterstone Bank to the community. And then tomorrow afternoon, we will be cutting the ribbon for Quick Trip on Highway 100. So a lot of good things happening. If you get a chance, feel free to stop in and check out these new businesses and welcome them to the community. I do want to briefly thank everybody that worked on the Better Block project last weekend, September 6th and 7th, I believe it was. A lot of residents, businesses, and city staff worked on rehabbing that intersection for a weekend and re-envisioning it and putting a lot of ideas in people's heads. I won't go too much into them, but it was a great event, and a lot of people worked hard to pull it off, so I wanted to publicly thank and commend them for that. That concludes the mayor's report this evening. Do we have any reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Stefanski.
I wanted to thank everybody who helped put Woods and Wings together this weekend. I participated as a judge on the wings, which was a real treat. Want to congratulate Benno's for winning the best wing, which was with their dill pickle dry rub. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. And I also want to mention that next week, Monday, Suzette's Hair for You is doing a fundraiser for the family that lost their house to a fire this last weekend. And she's doing haircuts for $20, and all the proceeds are going to the family. And it's going to be from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock Monday evening. So if anybody can come out for that and show support and help out the family, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Thank you. I won't have much need for those services, but I'm sure there are some people in the community that will. Any other alderpersons' reports?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman May?
I did want to mention the same issue with the fire. The family that this happened to, they are highly involved in the PTA organization here in the city of West Allis. Past involvement with Walker PTA, Lane PTA, Nathan Hale PTA, Wisconsin PTA Council, the Rainbow Gardens Neighborhood Association, and with BSA Scouts. A very generous family that has given a lot of its time to the community. And if anyone is interested, and they happen to be on Facebook, if you look up Randy and Shannon Mission Family House Fire Emergency Fund, you can help out there, or if you like, you can give me a call as well, and I will help direct you to where to go. My telephone number is 414-460-6442. So far, I believe they've raised close to $10,000. They've got the clothing needs that they need, but it's other things that, that's quite an inconvenience when you lose everything in your fire. And it takes a lot of time for the insurance to kick in and reimburse people. So if you can help out, feel free to let me know. I imagine you can contact the mayor as well, and we'll make sure your resources go to the family. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other reports from the alderpersons this evening?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move for approval of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of September 3rd, 2019.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Are there any changes or amendments to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The minutes are approved. We will move to item J, and we are going to take up item 3. I would like to ask Rick Keller to come up. Don't know if he knew he was coming up, but... And Alderman Lysick, if you want to join me up here. So Rick Keller is retiring at the end of October after 41 years of service to the city, West Allis Memorial Hospital, and Aurora Healthcare. If you want to read, I just wanted to say briefly that the city has had a long, amazing relationship with the hospital in our community, and Rick has been an integral part in facilitating and fostering that relationship. We're going to miss you. We have been so appreciative of all your efforts and all the things that you have done for the community and the city, and you've just been such a great partner. We just have some proclamations, commendations, and parting gifts for you this evening. So I'll leave it to President Lysick.
And Rick, I'd just like to say on behalf of Alderman Rote and myself, we represent the area that the hospital is in, and we've had nothing but a great working relationship and great respect for you and the help you've given us over the years. So we really appreciate that. The resolution of commendation for Rick Keller, whereas Rick Keller will retire effective October 31st, 2019, after 41 years of service to the City of West Allis, West Allis Memorial Hospital, and Aurora Healthcare. And whereas during his career, Rick has served the community as administrative assistant, vice president operations, and president of West Allis Memorial Hospital, Aurora West Allis Medical Center. And whereas prior to serving in these roles, Rick earned his bachelor's degree with majors in economics and psychology from Gustavus Adolphus College in St. Peter, Minnesota, and furthered his education by earning an MSPH from University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri. Whereas Rick served as a member of the Greater Milwaukee South Patient Services Area Leadership Team and was instrumental in the planning and construction of the Aurora's Women's Pavilion. And whereas Rick contributes to exemplary leadership in his profession by serving as a fellow with the American College of Healthcare Executives. And whereas Rick has served the West Allis community as a member of the Board of Directors at Village at Manor Park, as a member of the city's Centennial Planning Committee, and has supported the community's public health as a member of the Steering Committee for the Development of the Community Health Improvement Program. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of West Allis that Rick Keller be and is hereby specially commended for his dedication and service to the Aurora West Allis Medical Center, its patients and staff, and the citizens of West Allis, and congratulated for a job well done. Be it further resolved that the Common Council hereby extends to Rick its best wishes for a long, prosperous, and healthy retirement. And I would move for adoption of this resolution.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Well, this is really an honor, and I very much appreciate the recognition and the acknowledgement. I think that I've been really privileged to work in West Allis and to be part of and to help lead the hospital here in this community. And one of the things that has made it so special is the relationship that we have with the City of West Allis. It's part of our culture, and we're always mindful of the fact that the hospital was built by the city, continues to be owned by the city, and that's created a special relationship and I think a special bond between the hospital, the people who work there, and the community that we serve here in West Allis. As part of that relationship, we have always had the support and had the City of West Allis, the city officials and department heads and people of the city behind us and supporting us and making sure that we had what we needed at the times that we needed it in order to be able to serve the needs of this community. So I just want to thank all of you, all of your predecessors, all the people that have been involved from the City of West Allis over the 41 years that I've been here, because it truly has made it a special experience for me and one that I will always cherish. Thank you.
Okay, coming back to our agenda, item J, I will ask for a motion to place item 4 on file and refer item 5 to the city attorney.
So moved.
Second.
It's a motion by Alderman May, second by Alderman Barzak. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item K, standing committee reports. Alderman Haas, we have one item under A and F.
I'll report that out after recess.
Got it.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we stand in recess until conclusion of the committee meeting.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We are in recess.